Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And today is another great day to draw. At least I think so. Any any day is drawing is better than most other things. Uh, was it like bumper stickers that say a bad day fishing is better than a good day? Uh, Fill in the blank. All right. I'm in the middle of updating my computer. I reinstalled a bunch of stuff starting last night, and I've been scrambling this morning to try to get everything set up again. Um, Let me know in the comments if you know you notice any issues or glitches. Like right now, my audio might be a little bit lower than I've normally been having it at. I've just reinstalled the software that controls my audio and video, so I need to double check that. So any kind of thumbs up or confirmation that you can hear me, that things sound good, that would be awesome. I'm trying to find the software that I just installed. It's always a lot of fun, you know, with quotey finger fun with changes and um, software and computers and technology. And I'm in technology, right? So I'm a software developer and IT person, um, security, and all those good things. And I've been dealing with computers every day for a long time. And things still come up that are challenging even to me. And yeah, that's just the nature of computers, I guess. It will the struggle is real and probably will always be a struggle, even far into the future when we can just talk to talk to computers like on Star Trek. Um, there'll be glitches then too. All right, so you you direct me. I am I've got several things that I could be working on that are commissions, but I want to reserve this time for folks who are interested in watching me draw. So instead of a commission, unless you want to commission a drawing and specifically want me to draw uh, a a commission on one of these streams so that you can watch. Otherwise, I just want to open these up like I normally do to to random folks who may want to watch me draw something different. Throw me a curveball. Let's uh, let's do this together. So if you have a silly photo of yourself or someone um, that you would like for me to draw, send that to David at ReverentGeek.com. Or if there's someone that you know that you would like for me to draw, let's say those of you who know me from the developer community, maybe there's someone in the developer community who you've got a candid photo of lurking somewhere in your camera roll that would be fun to draw. Um, I'm trying to think of like I drew Jeffrey Jeff Fritz. He uses one of my silly caricature style drawings for a lot of things for his Twitch stream and so forth. So if there's someone in the developer community like I don't know Scott Hanselman, you know, I've drawn him before as in a live sketch note, but I've never like drawn, you know, a really good avatar for him. Um, Hello, Troy. Glad to see you're on the stream this morning. Um, Anybody else? I know there was at least one photo that was sent to me last week or whenever it was. I last did a stream, and it was like at the last minute, and I was already about done for the day. So I may pull that one up and draw it. Um, let's see. I am going to just to get the ball rolling, create a new canvas. I'm curious. I've been just automatically doing this avatar canvas, and want to make sure like it's 3072 by 3072. That's what I've been defaulting my avatars to. Um, Good morning, Heather. Yes, please. If you have a photo that you want to send, please do that by any means necessary, email or Twitter or Facebook Messenger. Let's see. I want to look at my canvas here. So the DPI, I'm curious. I've been doing 3000 by 72, but I think I've been running at 72 DPI. I wonder what would happen if I change this to 3072. Like right now, the maximum layers I can draw is 52, which, man, that's more than enough, that than plenty for the things that I do. But what if I bump up the DPI to say 300? What does that do? Hmm. It doesn't change the maximum layers. So now I'm curious, well, what effect does this have on the drawings? It may change the way brushes um, interact with the screen. So let's see. I'm gonna add a photo. So I don't know if I can use this at all. This is such a tiny photo. It's going to be really blurry bringing it up on the screen. But on the last stream, an old school friend, Mr. Writings, sent me a photo, and yeah, I don't know if I can use this, but I don't know. I don't know if he was intending for me to use him or his uh, his wife, assuming that's they're married. I think he's married. I don't know. I, we haven't spoken in a long time. So I'm gonna wait a moment to see if Heather is going to send me a photo. And maybe she already has. I just don't know it yet. Let's check around. Well, I will give a shot at drawing Mr. Writings. It's not, and again, I've got some different settings on here using that 300 DPI, so I may have to bump up the size of my brush to compensate. Let's see what 12 does. 12 is maybe it's still a little bit too much. 11%. Yeah, that's plenty. Yeah, it's such a small photo that I'm kind of guessing at some of the details. But that's all right. We'll see how it turns out. And I think my brush is still a little bit too thick. But maybe that's okay for, this is probably just going to be a good morning, Chad. Good to see you. Looking forward to joining everyone for Code Palooza next week. That is going to be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to being a part of the online version, virtual version of Code Palooza. Well, I don't know. Kelly, if you're watching, I would I'd be honored to draw you, to draw your photo or your spouse's photo. But I'm gonna need a better reference photo to do so. So if you're watching or see this later, um, yeah, please please do that. But I will make it up as best as I can here. Alrighty. Come back to that another time. Let's see. Anybody sent me anything? All right. Looks like I got an email from um, someone on the stream. So, who of these would you like for me to draw? And, um, or would you want me to draw both? Now, I recognize David. I've drawn him before more than once. Uh, he's a he's a real good candidate, photogenic gentleman. So maybe both or one or the other. Let's just assume um, what may be David's brother, I guess. So either one or both. Let's what I'll do is I'll duplicate the photo and I'll crop each one. Let's see. Let's turn off some of these. All right. What I normally do is start with the eyes. Oh. So I draw these perfect circles, and that's just a kind of a nice little shortcut that I've learned in Procreate. I don't always do that. Didn't used to do that, but just adds a little bit more. You know, I've talked about this before, where um, you know, our brains, when we look at uh, faces, you know, we even at within less than a second, we can process so much information about someone's face and facial features. And if anything is off, you know, our brains can immediately detect it. So if the eyes aren't symmetrical, like you know, symmetric, same size relatively, or if they're not round as we would expect, our brains can immediately pick up on that. So by drawing those perfect circles using the shape snap feature of Procreate, and making sure that they're both the same size and all that kind of stuff. It's just some quick shortcuts that allow me to add a little bit of realism to the eyes. So next I'll draw the glasses. And I'm using like the pressure sensitivity of the pencil to draw thicker and thinner lines. Like if I draw really lightly, I get a real thin line. But if I draw, if I apply pressure, I'm pressing down, then I get a thicker line. So, um, when I'm drawing those upper parts of the rims of the glasses, I'm applying a little bit of pressure to get a thicker line, and then the underside, because these are rimless glasses, I'll make it thinner. All right. I'll start with some coloring. Just going up layer by layer by separating colors on individual layers. It makes it a whole lot easier to go back and make any tweaks if needed. Um, David says he looks familiar. Um, so one of you can tell me um, eye color, because I can't, a lot of photos, I can't tell if can't tell from the photo what color someone's eyes are. All right. Mom says brown, so keeping with the same shade of brown. Maybe get a darker brown in here. And then adding a little bit of reflection. Like so. And maybe I will go ahead and so David says, I think it's brown. Mom would know for sure. Trying to convince me to get on Facebook. I said no. All right. That's funny. Mom's on Facebook. David's on Twitch. Where was I going? Oh yeah, the beard. So facial hair that's on Josh. Let's see. I'm going to stick with the same brown, and I'm going to what I'm going to do is just fill in some color. Whoops. Make sure this is all closed in. And I might lighten up the opacity of that layer just a little bit to let some of that that skin tone to come through, since his facial hair is really short. And that way, when I go to add shading, that shading will also come through. And let's see, another multiply layer, get a gray color, add some shadows. Let's see. Good morning, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Going to add another layer of multiply for the hair. Use a darker gray. And so what I like to do when hair is real short, um, um, is I will use a thinner brush. Maybe I'll try this one. And I will draw some really thin lines and then use the snap feature to, I don't know if you can see that, but it's turning it into like really, really sharp. So what I'll do is I'll create some sharp edges like that and then fill it in. It's just, I don't know, something that I came up with a couple of years ago that was seemed to work. And it's just part of my tool belt, if you will, to try to represent short hair. Right. Must not have closed it in somewhere. Got to make sure it's closed in before you try to fill it. Otherwise, it's gonna go all over the place like that. And then I might. I mean, I kind of like the beard the way it is. I kind of, with it being that short, um, that seems to work. And what I could do is use something like a this dry brush and set this to multiply, and I could come in here and just add some strokes like this just to give it some texture, maybe. um, I don't know. I like it either way. So I'll go ahead and finish adding these. Like this. Good thing I put this on a separate layer. So you got this is what it looks like with it, and then without. With and without. Kind of like the optometrist. One or two. One or two. Or I could turn it on and then scale back the opacity so that it's more faint. Does that look any better? What do you think? Your opinion, which these looks the best? With or without? All right. So this is assuming this is one and Yeah. Okay. David votes. David says with and slight opacity. So yeah, it's subtle. Now, if you're using this as an avatar and it's a little bitty thing in your application, then it becomes less apparent. There's still maybe a very subtle um, bit of texture there, but yeah, I agree. A little bit of that texture looks okay. So we'll keep that in. And then final step that I normally do is I'll create a layer uh, with soft light, and I'll take my white and go back to my regular ink pen, and I'll just add some highlights here and there, like the nose and the forehead, a little bit of the cheeks, and maybe add just a little bit of highlight on the head. One thing I forgot to do down here on the skin layer is the lines next to the nose. It's different for different faces. Um, like I have, kind of prominent cheeks, so when I smile, it creates quite a bit of crease there. Um, so some people just have about that much. Some people have a lot. So let's add a little bit there. Maybe exaggerate it a little bit like that. Maybe. And then I'll come in on the layer where I'm adding shadow and just add a little bit of a crease in there to give it some depth. Go back to my reflections layer, and let's change this one to match. And um, all right. So David asked, just notice the glove. What is that? So this is a specifically designed drawing glove, and it serves a couple of purposes. One is it helps my hand to slide on the screen a lot. Not It's more consistent, right? So I can have a more, if I'm drawing from side to side, it creates a consistent amount of friction that I can kind of count on. The second thing it does is it prevents any kind of false positive gestures. Now, normally with the Apple Pencil and the iPad Pro, which is what I have, the what they call palm rejection is really good. So it knows that if I've got my palm rested on the side of the screen and I'm drawing, it's not going to register any marks as if I was drawing with my palm, which is what used to happen a lot on older devices and like my old iPad before the Apple Pencil. Um, However, apps like Procreate, even though it's doing a good job at the device is doing a good job of doing palm rejection, sometimes the little folds of skin on my hand might appear like I am tapping with two fingers. Now, two fingers tap in Procreate is undo. Now, I could turn that off so that that doesn't happen, but I really like that feature. I like being able to tap two fingers and undo like I that just un did an undo on did an undo it did it. It did the undo on this reflection. And then if I tap with three fingers, it does a redo of that last thing. So the glove is designed to help me or to help when I'm drawing that I don't accidentally undo something that I just did and which causes some frustration, especially if I put my hand down, it registers an undo, and then I immediately draw something, and now whatever was undone is lost. Lost forever. And I have to redo it again. First world problems. Um, let's see. And then David Pine or Scott says strips of bacon for eyebrows, bacon brows. I think you're on to something there. I think this needs to be a new signature style of drawing people's avatars. Bacon brows. I could get behind that. Let's see what else. Yeah. So those false positive touches. So these you can buy these gloves on Amazon, a pair for $7 or something like that. This particular um, glove, it's black, so you can't really see the contrast, but it has an extra layer of padding along the bottom here that's stitched in, and it does a little bit better job of making sure that you don't get any kind of accidental uh, gestures. All right, I'm going to say unless David or Elizabeth, you have any requests or tweaks that you would like to see made to Josh's drawing here, I'm going to declare it done. Get the right brush. Hopefully that looks passable. I will, of course, uh, reply back to your email. I'm going to share this as a PNG, and then I'll send that back to you, Elizabeth, and then you can do whatever you want with it. Glad you like it. All right, so let's see. You are welcome. Glad to do it. Next drawing. I think I got another message from someone. Let's see. Facebook, I think it was. Oh, there's some nice faces in there. All kinds of good folk in that picture. So, let's see. Now I have, let me see. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this because Messenger might be trolling me with the how to save a photo. All right. So now I've drawn Dylan before, so he's got one. So I got a pretty good one of him that he used for a while. Might could use a refresher. Heather, I still have not drawn you, but I feel like I gotta be I gotta be right in the right spot to be able to draw your avatar, and not sure. Yeah, I don't know. But which of these other folks now? Um, Gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Uh, the stand-up comedian. I can't remember his name right at the moment. Yeah, not Hans, but gosh, it's right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember it. Been to several of his talks. He's always awesome. Anyway, I have drawn. I created a drawing for him before. Ended up being either Waldorf or one of the Muppet characters that he used to have on his profile all the time. Um, let's see, is this Don Syme? Is that who that is? I don't know that I've met him in person before. So, all right, Heather, you tell me which of these lovely faces do you want me to draw? I'll do one out of the group today. Which one would you like for it to be? Dum, 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 dum. If you're still listening, still on the stream, I'm gonna I'm gonna make a pick, and it's going to be trying to read his badge, and I can't tell who it is. Anyway, that is who I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw Mr. Eyebrows. No offense. I mean, we all have faces that have different, features that stand out. And if I was doing a caricature style, I would definitely be focusing on these eyebrows. So let's go with that. Let's go create a new avatar drawing. Add some layers here. Insert a photo. I don't know who this is, but hopefully this will do justice, and he'll like it. Um, and then maybe I'll do Hans. Maybe I'll do um, another one. If I do these kind of black and white um, quick sketch style, then I'll do more than one. I'm going to try this brush pen that I've been playing around with. It's got a little bit more texture. Slight amount of texture. Kind of reminds me of um, and now there's a character that I can't remember his name, an actor. He's been in movies with like Christopher Guest. Uh, got a real deep voice. He was in, like Spinal Tap. Uh, the the bass player. I can't I can't remember his name. Been in several Christopher Guest movies. Let's see. One, two. And I'll add another layer above here. Set this to multiply. Add some more depth to some of these things. Harry Shearer. That that's who I was thinking of. A little bit of Bob Bimber, maybe. Yep. Kind of makes me think of Paul Simon now that I'm looking at it again. Well, hopefully he likes it. We'll see. So let's share that as a PNG. I'll send that back to Heather later. Oh, you know what? I just have a few minutes left. I've got a talk that I'm giving today for the Chattanooga .NET user group. Giving a presentation on Jamstack. So I need to give myself some time to get ready for that talk. However, for the next maybe 5 or 10 minutes, if you folks, any of you folks have any questions about anything, about anything I've drawn today, any recommendations for things I might draw in the future. As I was talking about before, for those of you who aren't on the stream earlier, who is someone that you would like for me to draw? Maybe someone in the community, someone that you know, someone um, who is yes, Josh. The talk is being recorded. It will be available on Facebook. It will be on Twitch for about a week, and it's also forever on my YouTube channel. And of course, Reverent Geek everywhere. So my YouTube channel is youtube.com/ReverentGeek. So you can definitely find a recording there. Um, but yeah, if you have any questions, or if there's someone you would like to for me to draw on a future stream, please let me know. Oh, speaking of future streams, I think I'm going to try for at least the near future streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. For a while, I was streaming on Monday mornings, and I don't know. There's a lot conspiring against everyone to try to get things done on a Monday. So I wanted to be able to stream more than once a week, and so I'm going to try that. I'm going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays. So for the next Thursday, Josh has a recommendation on Michael Brown, organizer of the Juneteenth Conf. I absolutely I will check out that link, and maybe that'll be one of the drawings on the next um, stream. But if you know someone in the community, maybe the developer community or some other community that um, you are a part of, that as a tribute or a gift, or just a way to say thank you to someone, yeah, give me a recommendation on who you would like for me to draw, and I'll do the best I can. If nothing else, it'll be entertaining and we'll have some fun. Any other questions or anything before we we drop for today? I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to call it a day. Again, if you need me for anything, I am available. You can contact me on email, David at ReverentGeek.com. My direct messages are open on Twitter. If you want to send me anything or chat about anything, I'm always open. And as always, you don't need permission to be awesome. You get out there today. I hope this has been a fun time for you and give you some encouragement. And I hope you have a blessed day. And I'll see you again on the next stream, hopefully this Thursday. And I will see you soon.